It was revealed recently that Solo Leveling, yes, that hype moments and aura show, is the most watched anime ever on Crunchyroll, like of all time. Now, I don't know if there are important caveats that are being left out, but regardless, it's an insane achievement. Of course, congratulations to the entire team, it's a big deal. The achievement, however, as insane as it might sound, is not that hard to believe. Think about it, Solo Leveling is incredibly universal, accessible, and most importantly, easy to market. It's surgically crafted to appeal to a large group of people, and that, combined with the fact that more people watch anime now than ever before, makes that statistic perfectly believable. People usually watch anime, a form of entertainment, with the intention of being entertained, and Solo Leveling is incredibly entertaining. I'm sure most of you would agree with that statement. The topic of this video, however, isn't Solo Leveling itself, because Lord knows I've milked that title enough. It's shows like Solo Leveling. Shows that aren't the best thing in the world, but they aren't bad either. Shows that are mid. Now, quick disclaimer, I actually do like Solo Leveling quite a bit because of reasons I've covered before. I think it's good, but the point I'm trying to make is most seasoned fans with some amount of experience with the medium, think of Solo Leveling as a show that's middle of the line, edging towards the good end of the spectrum. That's the general consensus. That didn't sound good, did it, Solo Leveling fans? Me calling the show middle of the line sounded like an insult, didn't it? It did, right? That's the point, and that's the topic of this video. These days, mid is used as an insult despite the fact that the word by definition means average, neither good nor bad. For some bizarre fucking reason, modern anime fans can only think in extremes. A show must be 10 out of 10, life-changing, greatest thing you've ever seen, absolute cinema, or it's garbage. That apparently is no in between. Shows aren't allowed to be average anymore, they aren't allowed to be mid anymore, and I think that's a shame. Speaking of which, you know what else is a shame? Not subscribing. According to this graphic that I totally didn't just make on Canva, one of you guys watching isn't subscribed. Just one. So if you are that guy, what are you doing? Have some shame. Go down there and press the subscribe button. So this is a very vague topic, and naturally the video will be a bit all over the place, but I implore you guys to stay with me. The topic I'm about to cover might sound pretentious, but it's extremely significant. It's the reason why fans lose interest in the medium of anime over the years, and it's the reason why so many of you out there go through burnouts. If you fall into either category, you might find this video to be particularly insightful. Alright, so this topic can briefly be summarized into the following sentence. Most anime fans only appreciate great anime, and that's a problem. Now, at face value, that sentence sounds simple and stupid. Of course, fans like great shows, is that not the entire point? Well, the thing is, the keyword in that sentence isn't great, it's only. These days, many anime fans refuse to engage with shows outside of the ones that either are great or are supposed to be. Of course, by great, I mean critically acclaimed. Anything besides great seemingly isn't worth their time, and that's a stupid way of interacting with media. It's terrible for the medium, and it's terrible for your experience with it as a fan. Let's start with the cause of this problem before talking about the consequences, because we need to organize this video somehow. I think self-awareness and ego have massive roles to play in this problem. People feel like they are supposed to like certain shows and dislike the rest simply because others do. They feel like them liking a show disregarded by the masses invalidates their opinions. They think it means their taste in anime is not as developed as the rest. And if that sounds sad to you, it's because it is. It's incredibly sad. A sizable chunk of anime fans let others do their thinking for them, more so than fans of any other medium except for maybe rap music. It's like a hive mind. Anime fans regurgitate the same points over and over, they reuse the same insults, they repeat the same jokes, their top 10 lists are variations of the same few titles. It's like they're incapable of thinking independently. Oh, some experienced fans don't like Solo Leveling but the casuals do? I too must hate the show because I need to prove that I'm not a normie, that I have taste. It's so bad that many fans don't even realize that they are simply conforming to the popular opinion. They regurgitate the same common consensus subconsciously. Oh, but what if all of them do think the same way? What if they don't? They don't. Everyone has their own sets of preferences and biases. There's no way tens of thousands of people all have the same interpretation and opinion of a piece of art. The human brain isn't wired like that. I hate to pat myself on the back. No, I don't. Who am I kidding? I love that shit. but my reviews and lists are always mine, unapologetically so. I doubt you'll ever come across lists and rankings similar to mine, and the reason for that isn't just that I refuse to alter my opinions to appease fan bases, it's also the fact that I'm confident enough in my own opinions and interpretations to not seek validation from others. Back when I made my controversial My Hero Academia video, I got a bunch of comments along the lines of, I hate MHA too, but I think your reasoning is stupid, or I don't like MHA either, but I've never heard complaints like yours before. And I take that as a compliment. It means I didn't just regurgitate the points everyone loves to repeat. I shared my own, honest to God, highly subjective opinions about the show, which was my intention. Basically, the point I'm trying to make is, people often choose and evaluate shows based on metrics someone else came up with. Instead of caring about what they like, they care about what they are supposed to like. And this phenomena can be both conscious and subconscious. Earlier in this video, I said that people watch anime with the intention of being entertained, and while that's true, many let others decide what is and isn't entertaining, and that's the issue. Another reason why fans refuse to watch and appreciate anything besides great shows is their strict refusal to dive past the surface of the metaphorical anime ocean. I personally know of people who look up ratings and refuse to watch shows that aren't rated highly. I know of people who ask others on social media if a show is good instead of simply watching it themselves and finding out. I know of animation nerds who look up how many entries a show has on Sakugaboru before deciding to watch it. I see you. Don't do that. Now, you might counter me by saying that a lot of people don't have the time to watch a lot of anime and that they would rather spend their limited time watching shows that are worthwhile, but I feel like that's less of a retort and more of a cop-out. This video isn't about people who occasionally watch anime, it's about anime fans. And if you are an anime fan, you have the time to watch anime. Let's be honest, you haven't felt the touch of a woman in at least a decade, and you aren't entirely sure what grass is, you have the time. And those were the reasons why many refuse to appreciate average shows. But what's wrong with that? What are the consequences? Like I said near the start, I believe this selective appreciation is directly responsible for a bunch of fans losing interest in the medium of anime over time and going through burnouts. As someone who has no background in psychology whatsoever, here's my theory about this whole thing. As we all hopefully know, we all have our own biases and preferences. Therefore, no matter who you are, there exists a bunch of critically acclaimed shows you don't like and a bunch of critically panned ones you do. There has to. As such, forcing yourselves to only watch great anime, great of course meaning critically acclaimed, can do more harm than good. Sure, every once in a while you'll stumble upon a show you end up loving, but at the same time, you will come across shows you don't like, and since these shows are critically acclaimed, you'll end up convincing yourself to like it. You'll think you and your taste is the problem. Besides all that, not only are your biases and preferences unique to you, they are dynamic in nature, they change over time, and by not catering to your ever-evolving preferences, you're turning the recreational activity of watching anime into a chore. You're not watching anime because you want to, you're watching anime because you need to, and that's a major cause of burnouts in my opinion. To those who find it difficult to watch stuff these days, it's not that you don't enjoy watching anime anymore, it's just that you don't watch anime you enjoy anymore. Either because you feel like you're not supposed to, or because you're too busy checking things off your critically acclaimed anime to watch list. Of course, this doesn't mean you should never step out of your comfort zone and watch something that doesn't align with your tastes. You absolutely should, but it's important to do so in moderation. Here's the thing, when you watch something you like, your brain's natural response is to want more stuff like it, and you should listen to it. I too have gone through many such phases. I've gone through an isekai phase, a slice of life phase, a rom-com phase, a kinoko-nasu phase, because there's enough content there for it to be its own phase, a slice of life light novel phase, and currently I'm going through a trashy fantasy manhwa phase. Not my proudest moment, but it is what it is. Of course, not everything I watched within those phases was good, but I enjoyed them because that's what my brain wanted at that given moment. Watching them didn't feel like a chore. Look, I understand that as you watch more stuff, you get disillusioned and jaded. It's practically impossible to retain that sense of excitement you felt back when you were new to the medium. I too romanticized the early days of my journey into the medium of anime. Back then I would watch entire shows per day for months on end without being bored, and I can't do that anymore. I can't. Sitting down and binge watching an entire anime in one sitting feels like a Herculean task to me. Happens to the best of us, but that doesn't mean I've written off anime entirely. It doesn't have to be that bad. If there's one thing you take away from this, quite frankly poorly organized and meandering video, let it be this. Watch more anime, and watch anime your brain tells you to watch, not Twitter, even if said anime is mid. If you liked a rom-com, watch another. If you liked a battle shonen, check out another. If you enjoyed solo leveling, watch more power fantasy stuff. Better yet, read more. There are an n number of solo leveling clones within the manhwa space. Watch what your brain desires, and every once in a while step out of your comfort zone and check out something new. Based on my own subjective, burnout-free experience, that's the most optimal way of watching anime long term. And that should just about do it. This was a vague one, but it's a topic I wanted to talk about. Did you like the video? Check out this other bit of content on screen, like and subscribe, and until next time.